Good morning, traders. Welcome to Beyond Profile. Today is Tuesday. It's August 2nd, and market's pretty much just balanced here overnight. Not much action. We sold off from those 82s as we thought yesterday afternoon after they were done with their speeches late in the day, and we're back down against the lows from yesterday down at this 1270 area. Markets opened higher yesterday and sold off, and again a lot of that on the issues over in Europe, Spain, Italy. That was still trumping, and the fact that we may still get a AAA rating downgrade in our markets here, so we have to be again cautious. What's interesting about the S&P here is we were talking about this point of control down here, 65 to 66 would be actually a buying opportunity if we came into it the very first time. It's the high volume node from this prior balance here. If we actually move this back, we're talking about this balance area here where we broke to the top side. So what we're doing is we're coming back to retest these high volume areas in these levels of 1265. We hit 70s yesterday, and we bounced up back to 82s, and as a matter of fact we just bounced off that level again. If we take a look at the 30-minute chart here, you'll see what we have as far as a range to play within today in this market. We've got again, you've got the lows from yesterday in place here, and the highs from yesterday, which again the point of control 82s from yesterday. So we have somewhat of a resemblance of a small balance area in the overnight session, really from 77s down to 70s. But when you look at it, ultimately you have your 70s to 84s. We haven't made a lower low, we haven't made a higher high. So this, immediately we're inside of yesterday's value area. It looks like here 73s if we can hold inside of it. And again, the point of control up here from yesterday, high volume area. We'll be looking to play that range. If we break down, we go down to that level. Like I said, we're looking for the 65 to 65, 66 area down in this level, which we would be looking at that as an opportunity, at least for a short-term bounce off of that area if we got it sometime during this trading week. The other thing, remember too, is this market really is just in a big old balance area. We could actually, in fact, put a trend line across these lows here and look for the higher low pivot, which you'll see actually would intersect very closely to what we're thinking here. And as a matter of fact, I see something else here is that we're getting these lower high formations. So you've got a very bigger contractional area, if you will, within a lot of these smaller ones. So we've got a balanced market is what we have. We've gone to the highs, we've come to the lows, and we keep putting in, if in fact this is going to be a higher low. Now if we break below this, these wedge formations, even if you put them on if this was a 5-minute chart, will eventually, again, consolidation or balance will lead to an imbalanced state. This will eventually break one side of it or the other. If it obviously breaks to the downside, then down we shall go to the 1200 level. If we break out, we could go to new highs at that point. So as we approach this level, it's going to be very important that we continue to watch for these key reference areas that we're looking at for possible support in this market of where we would find buyers. And again, this 65, 66 area, like I said, somewhere right in here would be close to also that trend line that would be working its way up. So this week will be important for us. A retest of that, or at some point, I think is in store for us this week. We have the vote coming later today on the debt bill. Today is the deadline. Supposedly they got some resolution to that. But again, I think the stuff in Europe is the one what's really trumping and moving our markets more so than that the debt ceiling issues. So. And that bill being passed. So for today, what we want to watch for obviously is if we break to new lows here, look at this area of high volume, because this is the month of July. This would be June's point of control right here. So that would be a big area for the markets. Oil kind of whippy this morning actually. It's been back and forth between 93s, 94.50s, about $1.50 going just back and forth there, and that's big swings. The euro would have to get up over 42s again, 41.92 over the high volume for the week. That would give us a pushback to 42.56. At that point would be a failure to the downside for the euro. But as far as our markets are concerned, like I said, we just need to keep watching for the S&P, these levels down here. And again, we've got a number coming out at 8:30 this morning, which is personal income. That will dictate, again, do we sell off, do we move higher? You saw what happened with the ISM number yesterday. It was just a horrible number, and the market just collapsed on it. On top of Friday's GDP number, you got to start looking at what is the market thinking here. bad numbers, bad numbers. So how can a market continue to go higher if we got bad numbers? Because the anticipation was we were going to start getting good numbers. We were going to have a recovery, and no recovery, bad numbers. So what does that mean to the market? Might mean we break down and head a lot lower out of this balance area. So we'll see. Like I said, first immediate area is obviously these levels here. Okay, folks, have a great trading day. We'll see you in the room.